Jenna always believed she had the perfect life. She often found herself reflecting on how fortunate she was, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for everything she had. She lived in a charming house in South Carolina with Dylan, her high school sweetheart turned husband. Their home was a cozy haven filled with love and laughter, a place where memories were made every day. Their 4-year-old son, Liam, was the apple of their eye. His laughter echoed through the halls, bringing joy and light to their lives. Jenna and Dylan cherished every moment with him, watching him grow and learn. Life felt idyllic, like a scene straight out of a southern postcard. The warm, sunny days were spent outdoors, enjoying the beauty of their surroundings and the simple pleasures of life. Jenna was 6 months pregnant with their second child, a little girl. She felt incredibly blessed, often daydreaming about the future and the joy their new addition would bring to their family. Her days were filled with the sweet chaos of family life, and she wouldn't have it any other way. From morning till night, there was always something to do, someone to care for, and Jenna thrived in this environment. Jenna was particularly close to her family, especially her younger sister, Lacey. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through years of shared experiences and mutual support. Lacey was a free spirit, always the life of the party. Her vibrant personality and zest for life were infectious, and she had a way of making everyone around her feel special. Jenna, on the other hand, was more grounded and introspective. She found solace in quiet moments, often reflecting on her life and the people she loved. Despite their differences, they shared an unbreakable bond. They were each other's confidants, always there to lend a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on. They confided in each other about everything. From their deepest fears to their wildest dreams, there was nothing they couldn't share. Lacey was ecstatic about becoming an aunt again and showered Jenna with love and attention. She was always there with a kind word or a thoughtful gesture, making Jenna feel cherished and supported. Dylan was the epitome of a charming Southern gentleman. His warm smile and kind heart made him the perfect partner for Jenna. He was loving, attentive, and always knew how to make Jenna laugh. Their relationship was built on a foundation of mutual respect and deep affection. He was a successful lawyer, and his dedication to providing for his family was evident. He worked hard to ensure they had everything they needed, and Jenna admired his commitment. Jenna felt like she had won the lottery with him. She often marveled at how lucky she was to have found someone who loved her so completely. They had built a life filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a bright future. Every day was a new adventure, and they faced each challenge together, hand in hand. She held on to this image of their perfect life, blissfully unaware of the storm that was about to shatter her world. She couldn't imagine anything that could disrupt their happiness. The foundation of trust, the one she had naively built her life on, was about to crumble, leaving her lost and broken. The news came like a bolt from the blue, shaking her to her core. Little did she know, the people she loved most were about to betray her in the worst way possible. The betrayal cut deep, leaving scars that would take a long time to heal. Jenna and Lacey had a bond that felt unbreakable. From the moment they were born, they were inseparable, their connection growing stronger with each passing year. Growing up, they shared everything. From toys and clothes to secrets and dreams, there was nothing they kept from each other. Secrets whispered under the covers, dreams for the future, and a love for their family that ran deep. They would stay up late into the night, talking about their hopes and fears, always finding comfort in each other's presence. Lacey was always there for Jenna. Whether it was a bad day at school or a broken heart, Lacey knew just how to make things better. Through heartbreaks and triumphs, Lacey was her constant. Jenna trusted her implicitly. They celebrated each other's successes and supported each other through failures, their bond only growing stronger. Lacey had been thrilled when Jenna announced her second pregnancy. She had always wanted to be an aunt and couldn't wait to spoil her new niece or nephew. She was the epitome of an excited aunt, showering Jenna with attention and gifts for the baby. Every visit was filled with new surprises and thoughtful gestures. She'd rub Jenna's growing belly, her face glowing with anticipation. The joy and excitement were palpable, and Jenna felt incredibly blessed to have such a supportive sister.
I can't wait to spoil this little niece of mine rotten. She's going to be so loved and cherished.
Jenna cherished these moments with her sister. They were creating memories that would last a lifetime, and she couldn't imagine going through this journey without Lacey by her side. They painted the nursery together, laughing at their lack of artistic skills. The room was filled with laughter and love, a testament to their unbreakable bond. They spent hours debating baby names, their bond deepening with each shared secret and dream. Every conversation brought them closer, and Jenna felt more connected to Lacey than ever before. Jenna felt so lucky to have Lacey by her side. She couldn't imagine facing the challenges of pregnancy without her sister's unwavering support. Lacey's presence was a source of comfort during a time when Jenna felt vulnerable and hormonal. She knew she could rely on Lacey for anything, and that gave her immense peace of mind. Little did she know, this comfort was a cruel illusion. Beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship, something dark was brewing. Behind her sister's loving facade lay a secret that would shatter their bond into a million pieces. The revelation would be devastating, leaving Jenna questioning everything she thought she knew about her sister. The betrayal, when it came, would cut deeper than Jenna could have ever imagined. The pain of losing not just a sister, but a best friend, would be almost too much to bear. As her pregnancy progressed, Jenna started noticing subtle changes in Dylan's behavior. He became distant, often lost in thought. His usual attentiveness waned, replaced by a distracted air. He was glued to his phone, a furrow in his brow. He started working late more frequently. His excuse always the same, a demanding case. Jenna, ever the supportive wife, would swallow her doubts. She'd remind herself that he was doing it all for their growing family. Yet a seed of suspicion had been planted, and it was slowly beginning to grow. Late at night, when Dylan thought she was asleep, Jenna would catch him staring at his phone, a strange look on his face. When she questioned him, he'd brush it off, claiming it was work. His reassurances, once a balm to her anxieties, now rang hollow. Jenna tried to ignore the nagging feeling in her gut. This wasn't like Dylan. He was a man of routine, a creature of comfort. Now he seemed like a stranger, his actions shrouded in secrecy. The man she loved, the man she thought she knew, was slowly slipping away, replaced by a phantom she no longer recognized. One evening, Dylan announced he had to work late again.
I have to work late again tonight.
A wave of exhaustion and suspicion washed over Jenna. She had heard this excuse too many times before, and each time it chipped away at her trust. That night, unable to shake the feeling of unease, Jenna decided to confront Dylan. She couldn't bear the thought of another sleepless night filled with doubt and worry. She drove to his office, a knot of anxiety tightening in her chest with every mile. The city lights blurred past her, each one a reminder of the life she thought she knew. When she arrived, the office lights were off, except for a single light emanating from Dylan's private office. The building was eerily quiet, amplifying her fears. Jenna's heart pounded as she approached the frosted glass door. Her mind raced with possibilities, each one more painful than the last. Silhouetted against the light, she saw two figures intertwined, their bodies moving in a way that left no room for doubt. The scene before her was a cruel confirmation of her worst fears. Jenna's breath hitched as she recognized her sister's laugh. It was a sound that had always been a source of comfort and joy. It was a sound she knew intimately, a sound that had always brought her joy. Memories of shared laughter and happy moments flooded her mind. Now it was a sickening echo of betrayal. The laughter that once symbolized love and trust now felt like a dagger to her heart. The world seemed to tilt on its axis. Time seemed to stop. Jenna felt as if she was trapped in a nightmare from which she couldn't wake. The image of her husband and sister, their betrayal illuminated by the office lights, seared itself into her brain. It was a moment that would be etched in her memory forever. The life she thought she knew, the perfect picture she had so carefully constructed, shattered into a million pieces. Every dream, every plan now lay in ruins. All that remained was a gaping wound of pain and disbelief. Jenna sat alone, tears streaming down her face as the reality of her shattered trust settled in. Jenna stumbled back from the doorway, her hand instinctively flying to cover her stomach. She felt a surge of protectiveness for the innocent life growing inside her. How could they? How could they do this to her, to their family? She wanted to scream, to confront them both, to unleash the fury that raged within her. But her legs felt like lead, her voice trapped in her throat. The betrayal was too raw, too immense to process. She turned and fled, the image of their intertwined bodies seared into her memory. The drive home was a blur. Tears streamed down Jenna's face as she gripped the steering wheel, her knuckles white. She thought of Liam, their innocent child, and a fresh wave of anguish washed over her. Reaching their house, she grabbed her overnight bag. She couldn't bear to stay under the same roof as Dylan, not tonight, not ever again. As she drove away, she looked back at the house, the place that held so many happy memories. Now it felt tainted, a symbol of her shattered dreams.